Hi, I'm Brittany and welcome to Proverbs Study. Today we're studying Proverbs 5, verse 11 and 12. We'll be reading from the King James Version and we're doing this every day of the year. So Proverbs 5, verse 11 reads, "And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, How have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof." This has been an ongoing lesson that the Lord is trying to teach us through the words of Solomon teaching his son about the lips of a strange woman that entices you and pulls you in with smooth, sweet words. But the goal of those words is to divide you from God's words, God's sayings, God's wisdom, and God's understanding. And when that happens, this is the result. They talked about earlier that you can't know her ways. It is her feet go down to death. Her steps hold on to hell. And remove your way far from her. Right? Unless you give your honor to others and your years to the cruel, and let strangers be filled with your wealth and your labors be in the house of a stranger. So now it continues. What will happen to us when we listen to the voice of the strange woman? It says, "And thou mourn at the last." So at the aforementioned, what was just mentioned, you will mourn when you realize that you have given your honor to others, that you've given your years to the cruel, that strangers are filled with your wealth, and that your labors are in the house of a stranger. So basically, everybody's getting the benefits of your honor being what you were blessed with on this earth, your talents, your skills, your abilities, your entire being, your personality, everything about you is your honor. And everywhere you go is a privilege for others to be in your presence. That's how God created each and every person in the world. Every person, there's honor, and it's a privilege to be in their presence. So when you realize that you took all of that honor that was built by God to bless you first, then for others to be blessed with it, you'll mourn, because your honor is connected to how you would obtain wealth, and not just financial wealth in every single aspect of your life. And that wealth is what is being filled, or is what strangers are being filled with. Your wealth, every single way that you would be able to obtain wealth in the area of your finances, but not just that, in the area of your knowledge, your wisdom and understanding, in the area of your personality, in the area of your family, in the area of your occupation, in the area of your calling, your gifting, your vocation, in every single area of your life. That wealth is now filling strangers, and you will mourn, is what our focus verse says. When your flesh and your body are consumed, because eventually you, being a slave to this strange woman, to these strangers, to the cruel, to others, will eventually attack your body. You'll be so spent that you won't have anything left for yourself. Your flesh and your body will be consumed. And then you will say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof? This is a result of not heeding the instruction that was given to us. This is why order is important. This is why the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, because the Lord gave us wisdom from the beginning. He put it in everything that he created. There's wisdom. Scientists, most of them, when they start studying more detail about the earth and life before they existed, they have to acknowledge the intelligent design of a creator that is an intelligent being, that it just did not, all of these things that work together so perfectly, it just didn't magically or by evolution just form. And a lot of them turn to the Lord and become saved because they say there is no way that this world that we're living in, what I'm studying, was not designed by an intelligent being. And they, in all their studies, turn to Jesus, to the Lord. The fear of the Lord being the beginning of wisdom. And this wisdom is what God has been teaching us from the beginning. So the earlier we take heed to the wisdom, the less our wealth, everything that he blessed us with to bless ourselves, will not be stolen. The less we will be slaves to systems and to people and to operations that don't care a thing about us. They just want our wealth. They know better than we do what we have. So they rather create an entire system that is structured just to pull your wealth from you, so they can get as much from you as possible before you die, and or before you realize what's inside of you. That's your wealth. And so God is teaching us how to protect our wealth. And that is wealthy in every single aspect of our life. Our physical well-being, our emotional well-being, our spiritual well-being. All of those are meant to bless us first and then the world. So let's not find ourselves in a position where we would say, like in verse 12, how have I hated instruction? Why did I hate instruction? Why did my heart despise reproof or correction? Why? It didn't have to be this way. But I allowed it to happen because I hated instruction. I hated the work that it took to learn what someone was trying to teach me. I despised being corrected. Let us not find ourselves in that position, but let us humbly bow our ear to instruction and regard it. Take attention to it and let wisdom be in the middle of our hearts. I hope this blessed you today. God bless you. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments.